great storytellers here. You go to any house on any day, you sit down with anybody, and they will have a story about their family, about their history, about their heritage, about their children. So we tell stories. My name is Todd Hiscock, and I am the director of the Boardmore Theatre at Cape Breton University. My job here includes the management of the physical space of the theatre, also the artistic direction of our season of plays, which we do every year from September right through till April, the number of productions. And I'm also an instructor in our theatre arts programs here at CBU. It's interesting that this theatre is part of a university that is really embedded in our community. Its history is very much part of our community. It was the community who wanted this university here to begin with. So to have this theatre here and to have it as a community-based theatre is really important. And in March we do a one-act play festival, which is really a highlight of our season here, where many of our students involved in our theatre programs and many of our community-based playwrights get a chance to stage their original writing. The festival has, over the years, become a real ground for Indigenous writing, for new writers. And so we really encourage that. We have a playwriting development program that we offer to new playwrights every year, so they get a chance to work with professional playwrights to develop their scripts and then have them chosen to be performed and produced fully in our one-act play festival. This university used to be downtown Sydney, and it used to be called Little X. So what it was then was that students would go there for their first 2 years, and then they would transfer to St. X. Those early days at Little X, that's where the Boardmores first came to. And those are the students that they met there, and they commandeered an upper floor at the Lyceum building, which was originally an opera house. But by the time they arrived, it had been sort of renovated and transformed into a multiple kind of purpose facility. But they confiscated the third floor and they made it their theatre. And all the theatre they did there was theatre in the round. The space just didn't accommodate proscenium theatre much. So they loved the idea of the audience being more connected to the theatre event. And so much of what they did was in theatre in the round. Elizabeth Boardmore was really big on encouraging playwrights. And so when students would come to her and she understood that they had a capacity for writing, that she would encourage them to write theatre, write plays, and write about what they wanted to write about. So it wasn't necessarily, about Scottish history or about the history of Cape Breton, but it was about sexuality. It was about gender identity. It was about the things that they were concerned with, and very powerful plays. And they got staged here. People got to see them, and people got to hear the words that these young playwrights were writing. So out of that, we've continued to encourage original writing, and every year our festival of plays, which usually consists of 10 one-act plays, at least 5 of them will be original plays every year. We're here because we want to do this, and we love to do it, and we're willing to dedicate our time and energy to do it. And everybody, again, is understands that and is willing to do it. So that's why I love doing this. I'm from Cape Breton. I was born here. I lived here. I've traveled, but I don't have any great desire to be anywhere else. So I'm very fortunate to be able to do what I love to do right here in Cape Breton, and to do it in this context, in this sort of university community environment. It goes back for me to grade 9 in junior high school, where I was first introduced to theatre, and it provided me a vehicle and a way forward in my life, really, because I learned that it's something I love to do, and it's something that I was good at, and so I continued to do it. And I'm a good example of understanding the life skills that theatre brings to a person, because I've certainly used everything I've learned in theatre in my real life, both professionally and personally. So I love theatre because it provides me with those kinds of skills that I don't think I would have ever been able to learn anywhere else.